Hey everybody, it's Catherine Hudson. Now I'm a few minutes late today for my live video, but life happens, so I just gotta go with it. Today I am reviewing the next book in Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. This is A Clash of Kings, book 2, with an awesome, beautiful cover. This is my my short and super thick version of the book, which I love. Every week I'm picking a random winner from those of you who are watching. So if you leave a comment, tell me what you think about the books, give me your feedback. You win this book in my actual hand and a signed copy of my first dark fantasy book, Daughter of the Drackan. It's book 1 in the Gyenona Children duology. I will sign this and send them both to you in the mail if you win. So you get those, which is super awesome. All right, now on to the review then. So this, A Clash of Kings has like so many different characters in it and a bajillion different people involved in this, War of the Five Kings that's happening. So we've got, Robert Baratheon's brothers, Stanley and Renly, who have since broken off from the family of the king, essentially, to they're wanting to claim the throne as their own because they have more of a claim to it. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but once Robert dies and his oldest son, Joffrey, ascends the throne, Robert's brothers, Stannis and Renly, are trying to fight each other, and I suppose Cersei for the throne. So we've already got 3 different kings there, and then Robb Stark has been declared king in the north, and everybody in Winterfell and the northern surrounding landholds areas, sections, I don't know what to call them. They support Robb, and then Balon Greyjoy starts to, I'm completely wrong about this. The other king is eluding me 100%. It is Balon Greyjoy. He is going to try and take over the throne as well. So that's like his next goal is also. So we've got these 5 different kings, and they're all starting at this big battle. Stannis has Melisandre, the Red Priestess, on his side, and she thinks he's the Lord of Light, or the chosen one with the fiery sword. And so everyone has their own perfectly acceptable reasoning for why they think they should have the throne, except for none of them really have 100% proof that they should be reigning over the 7 kingdoms. So what I really loved about this book is that we get to see everyone's perspective, and we're going from one character to the next and following their truth, right? And or not. Some of these get exposed as being something completely different, but that's the fun of it. And none of these other characters know what's happening with the other ones, so we get a lot of speculation, and we got a lot of hearsay on other characters' parts, but we really can't tell who has the rightful claim to the throne. And then we have the super crazy epic battle of Blackwater Bay, where Tyrion Lannister has become Hand of the King to Joffrey, and he comes up with this incredibly elaborate plan to kind of crush Stannis' forces that are coming for King's Landing via ship and a whole giant fleet of warships. And it's just a crazy battle all over the place, which is super fun. I love that the wildfire here, which they set the channel on fire basically, is sort of like magic. It's kind of like the first real hint that we get to magic in this world, except for Daenerys' dragons, who were hatched in the fire with her when she tried to burn herself in A Game of Thrones book 1. So now that I've talked about Daenerys, we've got her, and she's in Karth with her followers, and she's trying to get an army to take her across the ocean to the 7 kingdoms so that she can take back her throne. there's some really brutal stuff that's going on in Karth, and her dragons are growing, and she gets the visions from the magi, I think, in Karth. And her story isn't super incredibly exciting in this book. I think it gets better as we go along. But Arya's story is fantastic. So she escapes King's Landing and goes, I can't remember the name of the castle that she goes to, but she's kind of like as a servant girl, and she meets Drackan Hagar, and he is one of the faceless men, and so he offers to kill 3 people for her, and then Arya has, like, she's exposed to the fact that the faceless men exist, and she can get her revenge on basically everyone she wants. That starts her incredibly, like, ferocious badass journey when she meets Drackan Hagar. So that is very cool. Oh gosh, there's so many other things. Jon Snow, Beyond the Wall, up north, and they're meeting with Mance Rayder, the wildling king Beyond the Wall, essentially. And there's all that intrigue there, and like the creepiness of people who are living beyond the wall and the wildlings, and kind of bringing in that sort of dark magic that was happening with the White Walkers when they first showed up, and actually making it, this is the beginning of the real threat, right? So I would give this book probably 8 out of 10 stars as well. And I enjoyed it a little bit better than Game of Thrones in the first book, just because it has so many battles, and it's a lot darker, and there's a lot more like intrigue and bloodshed, and like people just start dying left and right, which is kind of one of my favorite things. So I absolutely enjoy this book so much. Still rating it the same as a Game of Thrones, because that first book in the series just sets up such a phenomenal world, and it's so rich and detailed, and we have all these houses and all these families and all the characters. So two different factors for these 2 books, but I'm giving them both the same rating of 8 out of 10 stars. And I would love to hear, if you guys have read the book, what your favorite part of the specific book is. I know it's really hard for a lot of people to separate the books from the show, which is really what I'm trying to do here. Separate them out a little bit more, while I also love the show. So that is the end of my review. I am really interested to hear what you guys have to say. And next week, the winner of this A Clash of Kings, right here in my hand, a signed copy of Daughter of the Dragon, will be announced. Just like right after I post this video, I'll be announcing the winner of last week. And I can't wait to hear from you guys. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.